Hello guys, welcome to Itisri's tutorial. The beauty of literature is that it's jam-packed with rhetorical devices. Guys, today we will learn a figure of speech, that is allegory. Allegory is a figure of speech which points to a hidden meaning, abstract ideas or concept through characters, figures and events. It can be a prose or poetry to tell us a story with a moral value. The word allegory is derived from the Greek word allegoria, which means description of one thing under the guise of another having some resemblance. There are two types of allegory. One is historical or political allegory, in which the characters and actions represent historical personages and events. In second one is moral and religious allegory. Moral and religious allegories in which the characters represent virtue and vice. Some of you may have a doubt or confusion about allegory and symbolism. Guys, allegory is a complete narrative that involves characters and events that stands for abstract ideas or events. But a symbol is an object stands for another object, and symbolism doesn't tell a story. Like allegory, symbolism doesn't tell a story. Let's learn uses of allegory in literature. Allegory not only gives moral values, it makes its characters multidimensional also, so that they stand for something larger in meaning. It helps to read writer's mind, how he views the world, how he was or he wishes the world to be. It helps us to know what is going on in writer's mind. Let's take some examples of allegory from literature. First example, Animal Farm. Animal Farm was written by George Orwell in the year 1945. It's a political allegory pertaining to the Russian Revolution of 1917. It outlines the different classes in society through depiction of animals. The actions of the animal farms on the farm are used to expose the greed and corruption of the revolution. It also describes how powerful people can change the ideology of society. There was a rule on animal farm that all animals are equal. All animals are equal, but a few are more equal than others. The animals on the farm represent those who came to power following the revolution. Like Mr. Jones represents overthrown teacher Nicholas II. Boxer, the horse represents labor class. Let's take another example of Fairy Queen. Fairy Queen was written by Edmund Spenser. It got published in the year 1590 and it got republished in the year 1596. It is a moral allegory in which each character represents virtue and vice. The mission of holiness is to help the truth fight evil. The Red Cross Knight in this poem represents the Reformed Church of England fighting against the dragon, which represents the Catholic Church. Here are the characters. The Red Cross Knight represents holiness. Lady Una stands for God, goodness, truth, wisdom. Una's parents symbolize the human race. Dragon, which imprisoned them, represents evil. Let's take third example, Pilgrim's Progress. It is written by John Bunyan. It is a spiritual allegory. It tells the story of a man's journey from the city of destruction to the celestial city, which represents of the journey to heaven. It is this poem got published in the year 1678 to 1684. On his journey, he finds faithful, a companion who helps him on his way to the city. Some characters discouraged him and tried to stop him to reach there. They are hypocrisy, Apollyo, Mr. Worldly Wiseman, obstinate, but at last he reaches the celestial city, carried by hopeful faith. Here, moral of the story is that the road of heaven is not easy. It's full of obstacles. It's full of thorns. A man is full of sins, but this doesn't stop him from achieving glory. Bunyan's Pilgrim's Progress allegories the life of Christian from his conversion of death. His doubts are giants, his sins are a bundle of pack, his Bible a cart, his minister an evangelist, and his conversion a flight from the city of destruction. The following passages from this book will show how Bunyan has developed the allegory. I am reading out that passage. Now, as Christian was working solitary by himself, he espied one afar off come crossing over the field to meet him, and there Hap was to meet, just as they were crossing the way of each other. The gentleman's name was Mr. Worldly Wiseman. He dwelt in the town of Carlon-Policy, a very great town, and also hard by from whence Christian came. Another example we can take Milton's second book of Paradise Lost. The following passages from this book will show how Milton has developed the allegory. I am reading out it. Out of thy head I sprung, amazement ceased, all the host of heaven, back they recalled afraid, at first and called me sin, and for a sign, Potinius held me, but familiar grown, I pleased and with attractive graces on the most averse. Here the poet allegorically describes how sin is born of Satan, how she at first repels all men, and how she gradually wins their hearts by becoming more and more familiar with them. Another example we can take The Lord of the Flies by William Golding. The allegory is about society, morality and religion. Also two few names. Like Iceland represents whole world, the corn stands for law and order, the fire represents hope and destruction. There are other examples also, like Young Goodman Brown by Nathaniel Hawthorne is an allegory using the devil's staff to defy God and eat the forbidden food. Another one you can take The Masque of the Red Death by Edgar Allan Poe. It is also an allegory for death. Moral is no man escapes death. These are some of the examples of allegory. Next video I will come up with another figure of speech. Till then, bye bye and take care. Thank you.